Many books have been written on the topic of the psychology of confidence, and there are dozens of manuals on how to gain confidence. From my early years, I was interested in what confidence is, and why some people are confident and others are not. While I had no problems with this, I studied all these books because I was always chasing knowledge. Firstly, there were books on classical psychology from past centuries, and now there is modern popular science nonsense where there is no sensible information. When you want to study something, it is not enough to simply study the theory of such a question. When you study economics, for example, it is necessary to compare economic knowledge with knowledge in the field psychology. In order to better understand the principles of a market economy, better study human behavior, human psychology. But in order to even better understand market economics, better know history. It's essential to compare this area of knowledge with other areas. Expand your thinking in order to better answer questions of interest. Only broad knowledge gives a complete answer. To neither in one book we have not seen a broad analysis of the problem of gaining confidence and what confidence is in general. But now listen to us, and you will get an answer to consider what a confidence is. Let's look at the essence of a person, his history. This will allow us to clearly understand the essence of confidence. A person is a biosocial being. That is, it contains both elements of the natural world, instincts of basic need, aggression, and elements of social, such as duty, responsibility, morality, communication of the individual, and so on. At different stages of human history, the ratio of the biological principle and the social in man changed towards an increase in the social principle. Let's go back to primitiveness. Historians indicate that the primitive system appeared 2 million years ago. Some kind of primitive society. All human activity is aimed at such basic needs as food and self-preservation from threats of the surrounding world. People live in groups, that is, family ties are formed, but so far everything is the primitive, biological principle completely dominates the social. Fast forward further, people begin to form an idea of nature and something higher. Seeing a thunderstorm, they are completely sure that it is something from above that sends a thunderstorm. And this thunderstorm has always made sense. Ancient man was completely sure that there are some then higher powers, and he begins to gain confidence that he too is on earth for a reason. Totems appear first beliefs, mythology. Some first customs and traditions appear. Customs and traditions are not some kinds. The invented beautiful specificity of a particular people is the most important means of survival in ancient times, which is gradually being lost due to the increasing importance of the social principle. Because in order to survive, you need to live together with relatives in accordance with some rules. So, the custom and tradition is an expression of such communication. They are aimed at not interrupting such connections. These traditions are connected with geography, climate, etc. The first confidence appears. Confidence in custom, confidence in myth, a belief. Going further, 6,000 years ago, the appearance of the first states in the history of mankind. This is a completely different structure. Here the social principle in man becomes even higher. After all, the norms of the moral law appear, and now communication between one and the other does not take place within the framework of one group, as with primitive people, but now relationships are formed between everyone. At this stage, new confidences appear. The sovereign's confidence that everything is going right. A person is a subject of the state and does everything for the good for the state. He does everything as he should. Then world religions appear that turn the whole thinking of man, especially Christianity, which covered almost the entire world of that time. By the way, we will talk about religion in other video in greater details. People's confidence was shaken because for hundreds of years they believed in some myths and now are obliged to believe in Christianity. Opposite certainties appear. A person of this time, roughly speaking, thinks, I believe in pagan gods. But at the same time, the thought that Christianity is the true religion slips into his thoughts. This person's confidence has been shaken. He will no longer be confident in his actions, in what he is doing, how to act correctly, and so on. After all, the word confidence came from the word faith. A person firmly believes that everything he does is correct and benefits him, which means there is no reason for concern and uncertainty. Yet now the opposite confidence arises. The person is not confident anymore. Centuries have passed. World religions have firmly entrenched in the consciousness of people. They are firmly convinced of what they are doing, confident in every step. Not for nothing, the most confident people are fanatics. They are fanatics of some idea. Since all his certainties are united, they aren't opposite. But the following arises, the first discovery that shook Christianity. Everyone has heard about Galileo Galilei and Copernicus and so on. They tried to prove that there is a cosmos and there are no supernatural forces. Again, appear in the mind of a person, the opposite confidence of Christianity is true religion, and there is nothing supernatural. A person, again, is not confident in his actions and in what he does. Then technological information scientific progress, again, turns people's minds upside down and increases the social principle in a person. Many more people are completely confident that they are free to do what they want, and there are no prohibitions except state laws, and they are confident in themselves. They do not have the opposite confidence. But at the same time, there remain people who believe they are also extremely confident in themselves, and in what they do, their confidence is directed in one direction. Did you realize the problem now? The problem is that there is not a lot of types of confidence. There isn't only ordinary self-confidence. There can be a lot of it. It is necessary to direct all the confidence in one side. This eliminates doubts. Does a fanatic doubt the correctness of his actions, even if they are extremely bad? Does not doubt because he is sure that this is correct. He is confident in himself. Let's look at the confidence of a modern person. There are extremely many of them, precisely because of their multitude. Today, the problem is acute with the uncertainty of all people. Before, people were confident. Today, no. Why? Firstly, due to the increasing importance of the social principle, new needs appear in the modern world, and these needs are simply imposed. The need to look good, the need for recognition, the need to dress well, the need to please others, and so on. Hence, the next, confidence. Confidence that I look good. Confidence that they approve of me. Confidence that others like me. Confidence that I dress well. Are you confident of all this? We are convinced that no. That's why you're not sure. Unsure of the imposed needs. Let's say you're sure that you are recognized and approved, but you're not sure of in your appearance. You will not be confident in yourself because you have the opposite confidence. Secondly, the huge scientific progress of mankind makes him constantly doubt something. No firm faith, no firm belief in oneself and one's actions, which cannot be said about ancient man when there were only a few certainties, and they allowed a person to firmly believe in himself. How to solve the problem of uncertainty. I hope that you perfectly understood the reasons for uncertainty, understood what confidence is, what is a strong belief in yourself. Your task is to change your attitudes. Direct all your confidence in one direction, not in opposite directions. Let's say you are not confident. You'll have such attitudes. I look good in the eyes of the audience when speaking and a pimple popped up on my nose. This won't please them. In order to become confident, you need to change these confidences in the following way. I look good in the eyes of the audience because speak well, and I'm sure that no one cares about my pimple because they won't see better performance. These are the attitudes of a confident person. Never doubt. Doubts cause fear and dilute confidence in opposite directions. Doubts kill confidence. Before, people did not doubt and were confident. Today, people doubt absolutely everything and become insecure and lazy. And it was not for nothing that Sigmund Freud wrote such lines. You never stop look for strength and confidence outside, but you should look for it in yourself. They have always been there and have been. Read carefully. They have always been in there. The confidence of ancient times was with a person, but now for the increase in the social principle, it sleeps. It is like a sleeping volcano. It only needs to awaken. It is not in vain that we have been chewing the psychology people in different eras of history. You must understand that everyone has confidence. Direct confidences in one direction and become very confident in yourself. You must find a strong belief in yourself, in your actions. You must have probably met a person who always brags and exaggerates his achievements, and this person is firmly convinced that he is better than others. Or there are people who create the illusion in their heads that they are moving towards success. For example, they get up at 5 a.m. and conduct a block of self-development. Despite the absurdity of their statement, they believe that they do. They are confident in themselves, so direct all your confidences in one direction, remove doubts, and you will become confident. We hope we helped you.